the story of St. Paul, apostle to the nations long after Jesus had risen into heaven. When the church was still small and growing, there lived a man named Saul in the city of Tarsus. He was a strict Pharisee, well educated in Jewish law, and passionate about his faith. But Saul believed that Christians were a danger to the traditions of Israel, and he made it his mission to stop them. He hunted Christians down, dragged them from their homes, and approved of their punishment, death. As he neared the city, a brilliant light from heaven suddenly flashed around him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice say, he believed he was serving God, but God had other plans for him. The road to Damascus. One day, Saul set out on a journey to Damascus, planning to arrest more Christians there. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? He could see again both with his eyes and with his heart. He was baptized, and from that day on, Saul became Paul, the apostle of Jesus Christ. Who are you, Lord? Saul asked. I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting. Then a Christian named Ananias, following God's command, visited Saul, laid hands on him, and said, he taught that salvation is not earned by following the law, but is a free gift of grace received through faith in Jesus. These letters, like Romans, Corinthians, Galatians, and many others, form a large part of the New Testament and continue to guide the church today. As a Roman citizen, he was not crucified like Peter, but tradition tells us he was beheaded around the year 67 A.D., offering his life as a final act of love for Christ. His letters, his missionary journeys, and his fearless witness helped turn a small movement into a worldwide church. Blinded by the light, Saul was led by his companions into Damascus, where he remained for 3 days, unable to see, eat, or drink. When we surrender to his will, even our greatest weaknesses can become his greatest tools. Brother Saul, the Lord Jesus has sent me to you. At that moment, something like scales fell from Saul's eyes. A new mission. He traveled across the Roman Empire through modern-day Turkey, Greece, Syria, and Italy, preaching the message of salvation through Jesus Christ. He faced angry crowds, shipwrecks, hunger, prison, and even beatings, but nothing could stop him from proclaiming the gospel. He became one of their greatest defenders. Paul was no longer a persecutor of Christians. He wrote powerful letters, or epistles, to the Christian communities he helped build. A life poured out for Christ. Though Paul had once been feared by Christians, he became a tireless servant of Jesus, calling himself a slave for Christ and the least of the apostles. Eventually, Paul was arrested in Rome for preaching the faith. Legacy of a saint. St. Paul is known as the apostle to the Gentiles, because he brought the gospel to people of every nation, not just the Jews, from enemy to apostle, from persecutor to preacher. Paul's story is one of radical transformation, showing that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. St. Paul's life reminds us that God can use anyone, no matter their past, for something great.